Okay, back. To eat. Yeah, just trying to freaking get rid of that solid burp. Yeah, getting rid of all the gas. Anyhow, I thought I would be with Wright and head into Spirit Fair. Before I forget to mention it, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm going to turn off the heater, and then we're going to get into it for today's episode. This heater works pretty well overall. I think it covers my room typically within, I don't know, like 20 minutes, half hour. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think the only problem with this heater is that sometimes it doesn't regulate temperature well, and looking at the face of the heater, you can see some of the parts have basically melted. Which is a little bit concerning. It's like maybe the heating heater manufacturing company can make these heat resistant parts. So, about the thing essentially melting down and starting a fire. But aside from those meltdowns, I think I'm doing okay. Under a little bit of stress because my landlord is putting us in a difficult position, as usual. We will be by the end of the basically wants us to commit to staying here for next year by the end of this month, even though we have until February to move out, and I believe end of February. Yeah, I'm still not sure. I've always been bad at predicting the future, and this was no exception. Like I just told my mom, I'm gonna probably take time when I'm off to figure it out. How much time I'll have for leisure, how much time I'll have to confirm and verify a place to stay, I don't know. I did the math, and I think my rent's going up by like $500 for the entire year. So not that bad, but could be better. I mean, I've asked him to consider cutting the rent because I didn't receive a raise, but I haven't heard anything back from him. Yeah, he's one of those landlords. He doesn't really care about you. He only cares about your paycheck. Got a few too many of them in the world, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I've talked to my roommate, and we've been talking about finding us a place where we don't have to worry about all that drama and turmoil, but it has not come to fruition yet. Alright, I'm going to be right back after use the bathroom and take care of the heater. Okay, And yeah, the reason I often ask for donations at most Stormer shows because that is one of the ways that I can help reach this goal / dream life of living in my own place. Without further ado, let's get this party started. Should I be down here or above? For myself, I think down here is fine. I might cut off some of the audio, dialogue though, so I'll move up here. Hopefully that's not too problematic. I can always move it. I wish I had more viewers, more chatters too, because I could just read the chat and you guys could tell me if the audio is not working out or if my webcam is blocking too much in the show. I can always turn off my webcam, by the way. Voila. And just keep it audio only. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's up to personal preference because, again, there's currently no viewers of the show. There's no stream. So, yeah, I think I'll just keep it more casual. It's June 22nd, 9:51 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Member. And it still is yet to be seen whether or not I will be streaming tomorrow. I'd say no promise or guarantee because that is my last day. Yeah. Did you know that Von Karma's daughter is only 18, like me? Oh, and she's an attorney? Yeah, why? Just thinking about how strong she is. She's been in Germany all this time by herself. She's grown up. And she's so grown up. Yeah. She has gray hair also, which I'd say is extremely unusual for an 18-year-old. She also has a predisposition toward violence, as she's incessantly whipping everybody in the courtroom, which is a bit to the top. Even for a bloodthirsty prosecutor. Sure, she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. And then you look at me and, well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. On top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial. I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've gone through. Good morning, Pearly. Two of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you. And again, she's a little bit too articulate for like a 3-year-old. Hey, morning, Pearly. You'll be safe today, Mystic Maya. Yeah, she uses words that are a little bit too advanced. What do you mean? My mother's coming in today to show her support. Like, even support. Like, is that a word that a 3 or 4-year-old's gonna be able to say? I don't think so. At least they're not gonna be able to come up with that on their own. That's right, Pearly. Hey, Pearls. Yes, Mr. Nick. Do you think you could do me a big favor? Could you channel Maya today too? Or Mia? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch. Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help. Mr. Nick, that's enough. You can't show weakness in front of the person you love. Pearly, not this again. Please, can you do this for us, Pearls? Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. See you later then. I'll leave you to your alone time. Yeah, her attire might be getting a little bit inappropriate. Just spoiler warning for any young people in the audience. Sorry about that. This is supposed to be a game for everybody. Sometimes the outfits and attires are a little bit too salacious. Hopefully I'm using that word correctly. Sultry something. One of those words is what I'm looking for. Thank goodness. Nick, this way. Girls won't be able to see today's trial. What do you mean? What's going on? June 22nd, 10 a.m. District Court. Yeah, last episode was a freaking long one. Like anaconda long. Like that thing was... I think it was like a 3-hour long episode, wasn't it? Like, I was like, dang, dude. Court is now in session for the trial of my affair. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. And there she is. Mia, not Maya. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. Of course, I'm an ace attorney. What do you expect? Don't be foolish. You're foolishly foolish wearing the foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I'm the prodigy who's never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. There she is with her whip. So you were a prosecutor at 13 years old? What? How is that even possible? I guess if the stars align, it is possible. I'm 32 years old now. Or 31 actually. Sorry, I'll be turning 32 this year. Next year. Next year. Naturally, I try to balance like her voice and the few objections we hear with the fact that she's from Germany, but I don't know about my German accent. Anyone from Germany or Austria in the audience, you guys can let me know how I'm doing. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. That's nice, Miss Von Karma. Glad to see you're in such good spirits today, Miss Faye. It's true what they say, women really are scared when I fight. Now then, a very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session. That the defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct? I try to model it after Dexter from Dexter's Lab. Yes, and this key is proof of that. This key, the only key to the channeling chamber, was not where it should have been. Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin. Alright, let's hear it. Prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of the arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. And how'd you confirm that? What? And again, Maya is nowhere to be found. Why is Maya not able to corroborate this? This one Karma. And how do you explain this picture? Are you saying then that the person in this picture is not the defendant? Never said that wasn't the defendant. What is the meaning of this? Yeah, because for that to be the case, again, Maya would have had to leave the channeling chamber and swap places with someone else. I think the more realistic theory is that someone was hiding in that box inside of the area, inside of the channeling chamber, and then came out in order to perform the murder. But yeah, that does still leave the question of where was Maya? And again, we have zero testimony from her for some strange reason. What is the meaning of this? All I'm saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that is what happened when she dropped this key. Substantiate your claim. And that's what I'm here for. The prosecution would like to call the defendant's Morgan Fey to the stand. Just as I suspected, Aunt Morgan, or Mia, seems really torn by this. We're trying to basically pin it on Morgan as well, because I believe it was discovered in the previous episode that Morgan Fey was an accomplice. I can't exactly remember to what extent she was involved in the murder, but I believe she was implicated. Witness, name and occupation. My name is Morgan Fey. I am the spirit medium, the manner of speaking. Sorry, but what the manner of speaking? Oh, I don't think anyone really cares. After the murder that took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit severing technique of Mystic Maya then. Spirit severing technique? A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world, that is. Yes, that is. So again, the implication here is that Maya was possessed, that it wasn't actually someone else who popped out and then murdered Gray. So that already has directly contradicted the alternate person theory. It supports instead the possession theory. Be quiet. Now, witness. Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have... Mystic Maya. She escaped from... What? Here we come to the heart of the matter. And where were you? Maya Fey, while in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber. Okay, so apparently both happened. I'm a little bit confused, actually. Order! 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 Miss Fey, please testify to the court what happened during that time. Your Honor, I will try my best. I think someone just upped the ante on this trial. Well, it's good you're here, isn't it, Pearly? Mize escaped. We heard the gunshots. Those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. And why couldn't you do it? Or were you too busy doing the technique? A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand and she was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. So this actually happened after the murder, you're saying? Great strength, she hit the base of my neck, and I fainted for a short while. I was terribly helpless. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Oh, what a travesty. Why have you hidden this until now? I didn't wish to cause more trouble for Mr. Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. That's right, she's simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Wright. Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. That's a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in our testimony. Don't worry, that's why they pay me the big bucks. Maya's escape, cross-examination. Start by pressing the living daylights out of her and then object once you find an opening. Drill. Gunshots that broke the door open. Boom! Hold it! Just now, you said those two. Who were the two people you were referring to? Obviously you and Lotta. Thanks. I was referring to that foreign lady and yourself, good sir. Lotta's not a foreigner, despite how she talks. Like Sandy the squirrel from SpongeBob. Oh, is that so? I'm sorry. I simply could not understand her atrocious English, not to mention she looked awful. I can already see people in the Heartland gearing up for the riot. In any case, I've already sent the repair bill to your office, Miss Wright. Oh, thanks. What did you do after that, Miss Faye? I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. So, why were you unable to call? Was it really necessary? Yeah, exactly. Was it really necessary to have two people do something so simple as call the police? If there was a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind. Yes, that's a very good point. At that time, I myself was a little confused. Apparently, you were mega confused. Anyway, on top of which there was another what, madam? Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself. I want to hear the end of that sentence. There was what? You're under oath, Miss Faye. Need I remind you? You are under oath. You must answer the question. There was another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify. Why'd you chase us out of the room? I simply did not wish for there to be more victims. Lives of both the good sir and the camerawoman may be in danger. Is what I thought to myself. How would you know that? Very noble of you, Miss Faye. Again, a lot of this really depends on what her knowledge is of the channeling technique, too. Are you aware that whoever possessed Maya was capable of killing other people, too? Is that a possibility, or was that just an assumption? That was just an assumption. You were also technically there, so I would follow up with another question on that. So why did you stay behind if you sensed danger? That doesn't seem very reasonable to me. Again, you can always say the technique, but yeah, part of the problem is I don't really understand the channeling technique itself. Like, as I understand it, they become possessed, and then the channeling can be severed by someone else. While they are possessed, they are completely the other person. Kind of like that movie with Nicolas Cage that I recently saw, Between Worlds, I believe it was. Great movie, by the way. Yeah. And that film definitely treated death as its own world, as opposed to the end of life, which is how I see it. This is bad. Now people have a good impression of her and a bad one of us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my aunt. Are you satisfied now, Miss Wright? Miss Faye, please. Pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand, and she was in. Hey, hold it. Turn During our investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on the head. This strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by the statement? I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. So why would you lie about that? Very painful for me to say this, however. Objection! She tries to protect her. Witness was lying to cover for the defendant. Covering for Maya? So you were covering for the defendant? Well, yes. It's only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade mystic Maya had done something very unexpected. Something unexpected? What, pray tell, did she... Oh, again, like, how was she able to do that? Doesn't that completely undermine any record she could have had? That she whips people and it prevents, you know, objections and stuff from occurring? Like, that seems like that's kind of cheating. And it completely undermines her legacy, if she ever even had one. This witness didn't stand and couldn't have seen what happened. This witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. I want to know what this unexpected thing was that is always later. Yes, very well. Why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach? Now let's continue with what happened. Suddenly she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. Was it really that easy for her to escape from me? To make such a thing, however, yes. You're physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There's no way she could have escaped from you so easily. Objection! You've forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix, right? What about this picture? Remember that at the time, the defendant was not physically okay. Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I firsthand. Mystic Maya's body was still that of the minute she had called. But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right away? Yes, I would have, however. Hit me on the head, and I lost consciousness. The base of my neck and everything. So, why did you not defend yourself? Huh? Dizzy and then collapsed onto the floor. The travesty! How long were you unconscious? I'm not sure. 10 minutes, perhaps. The defendant almost certainly went somewhere in that time. Happy witness, elaborate on that. Yes. I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Is that because you were unconscious? Why, yes. Great, well now what? So while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went. I think that's obvious, sir. That's true. Then how can you know for sure that the defendant left the channeling chamber at all? Exactly, because you were not conscious at that time. Aha! Gotcha! Unless she wasn't truly unconscious. Or it's also the possibility that Maya never left. Again, where is Maya? Why isn't she testifying? I have no clue what the situation was. Now that you mentioned it, I have to wonder myself. Yeah, exactly, you'd have no idea. It's true that this witness is not able to confirm this. But the key word here is this witness. What do you mean by that? I mean she has another witness up her sleeve, that's what. Looks like Miss Von Karma is ready to move on to her next witness. Wow, already? Wow, that's enough. From what I could tell, there's nothing wrong with this witness's testimony. What? I just directly contradicted the last thing she said, so she was lying again. And this time it can't be said it was a lie to protect Maya. It really was more so for her to protect herself, actually, for the lie. She wanted to preserve the fact that Maya left the channeling chamber. And how would Maya leave if she wasn't guilty? You know, there's the implication there. But you said we can establish that Maya. This isn't going to come back and bite us in the butt. Take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber? Yes, that is all. Why, you. Now then, what the escapee had done, she had gone speak with a certain person. Speak with a certain person. She went to speak with someone? Again, like, Why did the game just act like Phoenix didn't just directly call into question what she had just said? Like, it's almost nonsensical how the judge just like casually moves on. He's like, "Oh yeah, you know what? There was nothing wrong with the money. It's confirmed. Maya left the challenge chamber." Like, no, that's not confirmed. The only person who's making that claim was unconscious at the time. Did you forget that fact we established 5 seconds ago? And you're the judge. You're the judge. Who was it? Prosecution calls Miss Eeny Meeny, to the stand, who was sleeping inside the room at the time. Eeny Meeny? I think you can see where this is headed. So Maya was still in her possession. She left to talk to this other person. Oh, I see. So Eeny's gonna confirm that she was talking to Maya. Okay, so this wasn't a testimony. Witness. Name and occupation. Okay, so my name is like Eeny Meeny, Miny Mo. Like totally. Grab a tiger by the toe. If he hovers, let it go. Eeny Meeny, Miny Mo. Researching like parapsychology stuff at the university. Not just like animal taming and zoology. Totally. What is this parapsychology? Let's see, it's like, I guess most people call it occult stuff. That doesn't seem like you, Eeny Meeny. Seems like you would care more about animals than me. That's what most people call it. I can't say I understand what that means. Like studying the dark arts. Like how to summon demons and stuff. Like I saw the movie recently with Johnny Depp, Ninth Gate. It's kind of like that. Like how to summon evil spirits using black magic. Bringing people back from the dead could be considered a cult. Like, it's dependent. Some, like as I understand it, the Nazis were also cult teachings, but I view it as a form of super. Gosh dang it, my freaking gas! I pass it. It's a form of superstition, because that's not real. And I suggest you to go home and research it yourself. Yes, sir. It's mine. Even though she uses underhanded tactics, she's somehow in control. After the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Is this correct? Well, like, let me guess. If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That is right. Isn't it, Your Honor? Yes, sir. Love all things good, Your Honor. Have some spine for my sake. Yeah, you're the judge in this case, Will. And something I was gonna say. Oh my God. Like, again, if Maya was possessed, left the challenge chamber to talk to Amy, and she was still possessed, technically that's not Maya even talking to her. It's her sister in Maya's body. After the murder. When the challenge started, I was like sleeping side room. Like a little later, someone came into my room, like suddenly that was me actually. It was like, oh my god, totally my sister. I like hadn't seen her in like so long. I was happy it's out of her. And how would Maya even know? Even if she was possessed, how would she know that Iny was in there? That just seems so strange to me. Like, you wouldn't know that. So yeah, no understand. I assume she has the memories and personality of the deceased person. Sister, she like told me something like totally terrible. Hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that was your sister? Yes, I just established that, Judge. It's not the case that it was. Okay. So really, this entire case is about how we're trying to confirm that Maya, possessed by someone else, committed a murder. So actually, that's not even, again, that's not even self-defense at that point, right? Like, it's not even self-defense because someone else was doing it the entire time. So, why is there a case about it? Like, possession isn't real, but if it was real, like, someone possessed you, you killed someone else, while under the effects of that possession, you're guilty in no way, shape, or form. Like, you're not even guilty of self-defense in that case. Because someone else actually did it through you. So that any and all guilt lies with them. Whatever entity would have possessed you to make you do. Again, assuming the possession was real. Clearly isn't. Really not your honor. My fate was still in the middle of channeling at that time. Or what, her body was saying that the spirit was the spirit of this. So, like, when she's channeling, like, I thought that based on this picture, that the possession, it's actually possession summoning. So, like, the way the game's explaining it right now is, like, he gets summoned to the channeling chamber. Maya is doing. Like, if that's the case, again, Dr. Gray got murdered by a deceased person. Like, this lady, Imani. Dr. Gray. Oh, well, this is witness. Yeah. Her testimony. It's a terrible thing. I should tell the court what this terrible thing was. I'd love to hear about it. I'm like, I do totally like have to drag. Just mind me, please. Channel, use whatever mental powers you have to summon this memory. It's just use whatever power of recall you have. Accident. It was a car accident. Was there like a car bomb or something? It was a car accident. I was murdered by that person, Dr. Gray. Yeah, technically, you killed yourself. That's why I took murder. Only fair. Not him out. Took her. Yeah, I would say that again. Even if he drugged you and you were to die in that case, you still technically killed yourself. I would believe that's accidental, but you still did. That's what some people would call this accidental death. Yeah. Satisfied, Your Honor. How do I say honor in German? To the German accent. Your Honor. It's harder to say. Honor. Still can't believe it. I can't believe that a spirit would go so far as to get revenge. I can't believe it either, because it doesn't happen anymore. It's hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and must point to this as the truth. Here she goes bound again. That's right. Seems like all the loose ends are accounted for. So, but again, where was Maya then? This one just now was all made up. Was it? Of course it was, Phoenix. Yeah, what do you mean? Well constructed, but that's all it is. Even the most well-spun lies can be undone. You can do it, Phoenix. Let's find that one loose thread and then find this tape's lies. Your Honor, there's room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine this witness. I believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder. Yet again, the foolish fool spouts out more foolishly about it. I wonder if he'll make the okay, lady, after the murder. Like when the challenge started, I was like sleeping inside one. Hold it! Is that because of your sesame allergy, was it? That's right. I think for sesame seeds, like in one serve that day. It's like premonition that I was going to day. Yes, indeed. I see. I'm the only one who missed the boat. Taking it now. Something happened while you were sleeping. Or someone came into my room like really suddenly. Hold, object. Do you know the time? Like maybe a little before 11 a.m. something like that. 11 a.m. Yeah, like my stomach is totally ready for like food. I think you misunderstood. I'm not asking what time it is now. I mean, what time was it when someone came into your room? Oh, so like that's what you meant. Been more like clear about it. Yeah, I don't know why Phoenix phrased that like that. Sorry, my bad. It's okay, like it's really... That's it? Why'd you stop mid-sentence? Did I? So like, what was I talking about again? It's about this person when they're deciding. Again, why did they just brush past it? He did not answer the question. So that seems kind of conspicuous. Didn't establish the time that the person entered the room. I don't know why Phoenix was asking that or what it had to do with itself, but he asked it, so she has to answer it. Or at least provide an alternate explanation. Otherwise, kind of suspicious. Totally my sister. Was it your sister or was it my... with your sister possessing her? Are you absolutely sure? I guess. Guess, was it or was it not your sister who entered? I don't know. Like, I totally don't know your sister at all, Mr. Smith. First off, my name's not Mr. Smith. Second, I'm an only child. She's managed to mess up the question with her. That's right. That's right. That was a close waste of our time. Now then, witness, how did you feel when you saw Miss Mimi? Like, I hadn't seen her in, like, so long. I was so happy. Or happiness that way. Yeah, like, I mean, it was my sister. Wouldn't most people react here with surprise at seeing a dead loved one? Like, maybe if I was, like, someone who didn't know about, like, the occult. But I, like, know all about the crane techniques. The witness immediately recognized that and understand her sister. Yeah, like what she said. Should I drop this line of questioning? Always question further. Never back down. So you really didn't think of anything strange in the whole encounter? No. Like, there wasn't any reason for me to think like anything strange. But ow. Don't keep badgering. You know the phrase objection? Try using once in a while. Sure. The question is of what did Miss felt when she saw her sister. Is it really that important? Oh shoot, I hit the wrong option. Oh, frickin', I hate when I do that, dude. I accidentally pressed the button and I hit the wrong thing. I hate that so much. I do that in this game, other games. Shoot, I'm sorry guys, I really let you down. I jumped the gun, dude. Maybe I'm gonna try to spin it around on him or something. I don't know. Oh, it's nothing except it was the whole reason she didn't do it. Is it really that important? Let me ask you, is it really that important for you to ask? There goes Phoenix telling you. What? Of course it's very important. Well, I don't think it's that important at all. Ow. Stop speaking such nonsensical things. Yeah, I totally hit the wrong button. My bad. My bad. Can I go back? Pay no attention to this twit and continues. I'm gonna have to go back and press it again, actually, just to make sure that there's nothing there. Gosh dang, such a pain. I'm just gonna skip all this. Gosh dang. Question further. Try not to mess up when it presents you with the option. Steady, steady. Part of the problem is you have to hold A to speed up the text too. Very important. Though I haven't quite figured out what. But I've got to bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. Alright, Miss Wright. Smutty. Please amend your chest. Like, okay, I'm like totally cool with that. Wasn't like scared at all. Like her costume looked totally like normal. I think I found it. I'm gonna press this one anyway. Something terrible? What was the thing she told you? Oh, like, didn't I just, like, tell you about it? Did you, like, forget already? Foolish seed flutter bunny. Foolish. Excuse me, princess. They asked to hear the story again. Always ask. One more time. Eeny, meeny. And, like, tell it all spooky-like for you. There's so many twists and turns in this. It's crazy. That was no accident. I was drugged. I was sleeping. Oh, does this again? Okay, my bad, guys. My bad. And again, you were not murdered. The only person who murdered anybody was you murdering yourself. I have to use the bathroom. Again, it would only be the case if that Gray killed her if he actually drugged himself or drank. She got in the car with him and then he crashed into DUI. Which actually happened to some people that I knew first job. That could be the case that you make that argument. I would somewhat agree with that line of reason. That actually he her if he was the one driving the vehicle. Killed her using the medium of the car. How was that? It was a little scary. Sorry, maybe I like put too much spookiness into it. Sounds the exact same. Really put a lot of thought into this lie, didn't you? Can't rush this. Let's take it slowly, one step at a time. She's bound to slip up somewhere. Don't give up, but don't get careless, okay? Remember, I have this. I just need to go through all of this testimony. Yep, this is the one. There was nothing odd at all about your sister's appearance. Like, yeah, nothing was, like, weird. She's talking to herself like she's found something wrong. It's impossible. Is everything okay? Can I, like, go on? Okay. Present. Hopefully I don't screw this up, because if I do, I'm going to have to look at the guide, guys. Sorry about that. I believe it's the picture that Lotta took of the alternate person. Yeah, I believe it's this one. If it's not this, I don't know what. Objection! That was a very well spun lie, you see. What are you babbling about this time? Right. It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Feeling my lines now, are we, Finny? Meaning, may I remind you of what you said? You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance. Like, yeah, and? I don't think that's what you're thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. Would it look nothing? This is a picture of the sister, you bet. I think that even you'd be surprised if someone appeared before you like this. Let's play. Yeah, exactly. Like, her sister is wearing something she would never wear, and she's covered in blood. It's all very distracting. It's meanie. Why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? Speak! If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have noted it right off the bat. I like how she's got her foot. Order, Miss Money, what's the meaning of this? Are we playing kid games here? It's money. Thinking, don't. Oh, sorry. I'm thinking, don't interrupt me. What do you stammer about, Your Honor? Well, that witness, her personality did a complete 180 there. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though. First of all, calm yourself. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean. Now hurry up with the testing. Please. There still looks a little shaken up. A lot of help he's going. Yeah, I don't know how she's able to get away with this. After the murder part, too. Like, the side... I'm so proud of myself for... without the guy. Sometimes I feel so helpless in this game. It's like... are you serious? This random... clue that has nothing to do with anything? It's like, here's a bowling pin. You tell me that doesn't have anything to do with what we're discussing? The golf ball had nothing to do with the murder? Are you serious? Like, sometimes I feel like they give you like a laundry list of evidence and they expect you to sort through the laundry list and figure out what applies in any given scenario. Sometimes that's a challenge in and of itself, is like trying to determine what the meaning of this completely obscure piece of evidence is. There are so many red herrings in this game, in these games. It was completely irrelevant the entire time. The side room was like kind of dark, you know. Like the cushion is like purple. It totally blended right. Not like Chris Whitman. And like it took a talent check. Yes. Thanks, Frank. Alright. So, question with. Even if that's the case, the room would have to be like you wouldn't be able to notice anything because blood spatters are still pretty, even in dim light. Or any. We do tomato sauce. It was like kind of dark, you know. So, like the costume was like purple, right? I'm totally. I'm sure. Really, because I thought it was pretty bright inside. Fiction. What's your subjective one? That's right. Wait, how's my statement? Such hope. Feel free. Okay. Right here. She was like purple, right? The blood told. The blood? Yeah. Must have had the gun with her at the time. Oh. That's, Are you going to tell me next time you do this again? What did you notice? Other than the fact that it was clearly someone else. I totally didn't. All I was looking at was. My sister. Why was it? You didn't see the blood, so how did you? Your sister was like it. It was like totally. She knew, like that she knew. That she knew. Did Spirit really say that all to you? Yeah. How about that? Just like talking, making her very light later. I like to feel a lot better too. This is with like Miss Morgan was on. Ask you one. Sure. Anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? Something out of place? Huh? Like, what do you mean? When we're in the side room, we're going to the crime scene, arrived at the crime scene. Oh, lordy. maybe going to the crime scene, right? Because she would have seen someone out there disposing of Mystic Maya's evidence in the furnace, right? Talking about when you were going to the challenge chamber, of course. Please don't dock me. Answer rather quickly, no one. Yes, there was something strange. There was someone out there using the furnace. Hey, know you can remember something. I totally can. That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court. You think, Miss Wright, that whether or not there was something important? I ask because it's very important. Well, it's mine. Please include a statement about this in your testimony. I don't get why, but okay. Because there was someone out there, wasn't there? Someone was doing something they were not supposed to that you would have seen that. I didn't see anyone on the way to the challenge chamber. The judge believes it's there. Right. Don't find some sort of hitch in our statement. They'll end the trial. We have to give it another shot. It doesn't matter how many times we listen, we can't give up. I am sorry. Maya mo. Mini money mo. Maya. To the chamber. Wait. Guess this really did end it. Something you finally pull out of a witness is never fixed. But it can't be. Makes the judge believes his testimony. Oh my gosh, guys. I had to object to this statement proving that she did actually see someone on the way to the challenge chamber. I have a funny feeling it's one of these, right? Yeah, present that. Objection! Finally found the fault, or I guess in your case, the crack in your perfect lie. Take a look. Take a look at this urn. Like urn or cracks. You see them. Oh, what does that prove? Objection! There's about some worn out old urn. You should care a lot about old urns, considering you're gonna be in one someday. I'm just kidding. Yeah. I already said I didn't see anyone on the way to the challenge chamber. I didn't totally say anything about it, did I? You didn't need to say anything. You would have had to have seen someone out there because they were putting this thing together at the time. How could you miss that? Looks like you still don't understand. I propose that if you had really been walking along the line at that time, there's no way you could have not seen this person. Pearly. Who was the one fixing it? Was it Pearly? Pearly was the one fixing it, right? I'm pretty sure it was Pearly who was fixing it. I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. I said, how is this child related? Just so happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden. Oh. And she just happened to break this urn. Oh. Oh. Wait. Broke the urn? Yep. She accidentally knocked it over with your ball. So you'd have had to have seen her if you were walking through there. Did not see her, you would have had to have been blind. Or something along those lines. Pearl's the one who put it back together. But yeah, good job myself remembering that. I actually almost forgot that from last time. Still sitting in the middle of the winding way. What the? She looks like a ghost. What? So you must have taken the underground alternate route, right? The secret entrance through the library. Money. girl was there in the lining way at the time. Hard at work putting the pieces of the herb back. You couldn't see that while you were walking. I'd have to declare you legally blind. I think I've sufficiently proven one thing. You're a masterful liar. This looks like a good thing. Right, watch what you say. One who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. Lying under oath. Pretty serious. Tell Miss Money, tell us the truth. About what? Where did you really go? Yeah, about what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course. Objection! She's also involved. Witnesses testified about that. That's right. I was like sleeping in the side room. I really believe her. Was she really sleeping in the side room? There's no way. Your lies in here. Not there. Not with a fox. Not in a box. Not with or without green eggs and ham. They end here. Okay. What do you? It says that during the actual movie, it's asleep in the side room. Yes. And I say that's not possible because there's clearly a contradiction here. Contradiction? Where's the contradiction? It's in her testimony just now. It's in the evidence. Help me. I kind of want to do Help Me Mia just to see what happens. Well, she's contradicting herself. Maybe I'll read this one. Really a contradiction somewhere? Don't worry, I path through this. It might be a little hard for you to see the contradiction, but it's there. Just this once. Do you want me to help you out? Please, I need your help. Hold on, first calm down. That girl, she slipped up with the word, so testimony, right? If she really was in the side room the entire time, then she just testified about something you knowledge of. And what is that? The rest is for you to figure out on your own. Mr. Wright, what's your answer? Testimony. The witness says that during the actual murder she was asleep in the side room. I say that's not possible because there's clearly a contradiction here. The testimony. Earlier in her testimony, Ms. Money made the following statement. And like Mrs. Morgan was the only one in the challenge chamber, you know? It's true that at the time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We'd gone to call the police. Why does it take two people to call the police? What? Why does it take two people to call the police? I don't actually know why that's the case. So, like, what does that, like, have to do with anything? Very simple. Smiley, how did you know that fact? How? I can see that Miss Fay was the only person in the chamber, but you would have no way of knowing. Someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Miney, you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by the way of the one way. Wow. She looks like it goes through her head. Look at the manner guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have to use the winding way. Yes, that's right, Your Honor. Why? Which is why I asked this very important question. Where's the witness at the time of the murder? Hermione, please answer the question. Objection! Ask a question off of a basis of opinions. Well, I suppose since you put it on the table, Mr. Phoenix, that Horace, where was the witness at the time of the murder? And the murder? Another person who could have killed Dr. Gray. Now is the time to prove it. Right, let's hear your answer. Where was the witness when the murder took place? She was in the channeling chamber. She never left. Chamber. This man was here, of course. Isn't that the crime scene? Yes, she never left. That's right. This money was at the scene of the crime. She might have been committing murder for God's sake. Oh, we know. Order, order, order. Oh. Right, have you lost your mind? Actually, his testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the chamber when the challenge started. That's correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Simple. It's hiding at the scene of the crime. It's hiding in the box. It's hiding? Where? Like, where was I hiding? I'm screen you were. Here, of course. Behind the folding screen? Let me see it again. Recalled yesterday's testimony. Right, no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. See, you stupid jerk. Being so quick depending on me, slime ball. Slimy. You're tearing your hat apart. What is the meaning of this? You've got your partner over there acting like a lion tamer whipping everybody, and now you're tearing your clothes to shreds like the Hulk? Quite a team, quite a team. I have to say it in her like Valley voice too. Quit being so quick depending on me, slime ball. Oh, no. So again, shouldn't be saying. Shut it, your ramps. If you know exactly how old I am. Looks like the pipe's about to burst, so it should help. Miss was hiding behind the folding screen with the help of this big box. Yeah. Miss Miney, how you were able to hide yourself seemed very simple. You were hiding inside this box. Ah. That tiny little box, no person can fit in that. Let's have a demonstration here in the courtroom. Hop on in, eeny money. Sorry, but your theory's already been disproved. A lot of disproved you were hiding from in it. Objection! That clothing box was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with murder at all. It's possible that was moved. That's right, I was sleeping there, so I should know. The clothing box was there in the side room at the time. Right. You can prove where the clothing box was at the time. Alright, of course I can with some evidence. I present the piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. I think the actual clothing box is better than the screen. Ah, shoot, man, I don't want to get this wrong. I think I can make one mistake. I definitely can make mistakes. Again, the folding screen wouldn't necessarily have it. It would have to be the clothing box. Because the bullet would have gone through the folding screen whether or not anyone was behind it. But for the clothing box to have a hole in it, it would have had to have been there at the scene of the crime. Logically speaking. Take a look at this clothing box. So that's stupid, as if there's any sort of evidence in that one. It's not inside, it's on the outside. Where is it? Oh. He's like going rogue. I don't have time for me to sit there surprised. Hurry up and see it. There's a hole. About 8 inches off the ground. Well, about 8 inches off the ground. It could only be there if it was inside the room. Where have we heard that before? The folding screen. Got the hole at the same height. That's right. I hope this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. Went through the screen and then into the box. It's mine. Hiding behind the folding screen, waiting for your chance. For your chance to kill Dr. Gray. You did it, didn't you? Order! What did you say? Objection! Then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this picture? Saying that the person in this photo is Miss Eeny Meeny? How would we even tell? It's in black and white. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's Eeny Meeny. Yeah, why is the photo in black? We're hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. You had a plan from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. Now stop. That's not to listen to any foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I have a proposition. This whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. Seems like such an elaborate explanation. Not possible for one person to do all of that by herself. Right. It's not possible. It really isn't possible for one person to do all the preparations, that is. Ow. You never mind, foolishness received no mercy. Wait, Miss Von Conroy said But you said it was not possible for a person, correct? Can't be serious. And there she's ripping out. It's Miani. An accomplice. And it was Morgan Bay, by the way. It was not Director Hadi. Who wasn't even a director, by the way. I don't know how this is possible. Seems to be extremely healthy. Morgan Bay, by the way. Of course. This person wasn't someone from Crane Village, you couldn't have gotten the costume. If it wasn't someone from the Bay household, you wouldn't have had that box to use. Morgan Fay. Isn't that the wonderful lady witness here? What do you have to say this time, Miss Man? I knew. Shot Dr. Gray with your own 2 hands. Do you deny it? Again, what? I feel like, again, channeling in general was... Yeah, the whole channeling thing was just meant to confuse. Apparently she was never... Was she even possessed at all? Like... I don't know. This is what really happened. I'm so proud of myself for making this entire episode. This episode specifically without a guide. Murder planned herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Sometimes I just have to like slowly think through the things and try to come up with alternate explanations. Dressed in a medium's costume wearing and where was Maya at the time? Consciousness. Murder kept silently towards the other 2, both of them with their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. What? What? She stabbed Dr. Gray with a knife. She hid my client inside the clothing box. I am so confused. Did that so she could take Maya's place in front of the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened. Unexpected, yes. Phoenix burst in. Dr. Gray was actually dead. Blast of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. That's why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. We're actually very lucky that that didn't hit Maya then. How would she have had time to do that? Like, she stabbed him. She drugged... Like, it's not even clear how she drugged Maya. It's not clear how she... But anyway, let's say she used a tranquilizer dart. Because I assume that's the only way that it would be possible to do that fast enough. She shot Maya with a tranquilizer dart. Maya falls asleep. Stabs Dr. Gray without him even noticing, too, by the way. Without him noticing, because if he would have noticed, he would have been able to pull out his firearm and shoot. Without him noticing. And then Dr. Gray tries to shoot her. And before that happens, Eni is somehow able to stuff Maya's body into that. How the heck would she have had that much time? Even with Morgan Fay's help, like, how would she have had that time? I actually don't know. The murderer took the gun from Dr. Gray, and after that, Union thought to bring. Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you would expect to hear, which is why, upon hearing shots, forced her way into the channel chamber. So she... What? So that was Eni Meanie? It's money. She immediately covered her own costume and blood. And to be Fay. But that's what the deception would see through. Precisely why Miss Morgan Fay chased us out. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Again, why does it take 2 people to do that? Before there are more victims here. I'm supposed to say. This is the real treat behind it. Like, again, like, you would need superhuman coordination to pull. Even with Morgan. Drug Maya. Add the doctor. Stuff Maya's body in the box. Rip the gun out of Gray's hands. And shot him. After being stabbed, I would assume you'd have enough strength Like he wouldn't have had time. She was dragging my body into. So how wouldn't he have time? Sorry, I just. Surely. Of course it was. I don't think someone that one come. What in the world? Oh wow, really? For the economy. Right. Pregnant is flood in window. That is. How did you have access to the murder scene? That happened. And more importantly, what motive did you have? Doesn't even make sense. That's right. Please enjoy such things. That's yeah, that's right. Exactly what I was gonna say. Okay, there's a motive. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to say too. There's a motive all along. Her sister was killed. It makes more sense for Eve to be killed. Reason did I don't have any motive. That's can't say she has no motive here. Think of a motive now. This reason for me dead. When Dr. Gray dead is this. I thought you born with yourself. Or even she. I did this to get revenge. Yes. It is the most logical, like, conclusion. Most logical. Through that accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Stupid. That was proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister. Yeah, I wanted to. You know, stupid graphs. Like, you don't play, so like, listen to that. Like, when in revenge, then it's like the guy that. Like a total coincidence. Back to her. What was? Ouch. Hope I don't like messing. This is pretty. How long have we been streaming now? Hour and 13 minutes. It seems longer than that. It does seem longer. Support your. I am going to refer to the strategy guide every single time from here on. And this fails me. Testing the shit out of it. Nice to do this work. Just plan. What happened? I thought I had it for sure. Like, it's just, I told you. Like your slice of hummus. Oh, she's there. Alright, please, allow defense one more. Alright. Can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, please. Yeah. That sounds like a ridiculously messed up murder. Regardless, that girl trained for this crime. Really? Everything happened. I feel like... Again, I've already poked holes in his theory already. Like, how and I just feel like we shouldn't need to hunt, right? Like we shouldn't need to hunt for more evidence, for the simple fact that in the picture, it is so hard to tell from the picture because it's black and white and it's kind of messed up. Like anyone would be able to look at that picture and say, "Oh, that's Eeny Meeny and not Maya." So from day one, the second trial, I believe, we could have seen through the photo that it wasn't actually Maya. And from that point, Maya should have been exonerated. I don't know why we're still arguing theories about like what was Eeny's motivation. Like, what do you mean? What was her motive? We got her in a photograph. At that point, you don't need to establish motive. She was there. She was involved in the murder. Like, you don't need to establish motive at that point. You have a picture of her with the murder weapon in her hand and covered in blood. So that puts her at the scene of the crime. I don't know. But yeah, let's try to consider the motive. There's a reason for why she had to kill him. Okay. Also, is the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. Up this right. Said you had to prove Miss Miney had a motive then. Why'd she kill the victim in this way? Can you provide a reason? Okay, just got it. I'm not totally confident here, but I know that I must press on to my fight. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now. I'll show and substantiate the fact that Miss Miney had a motive. Too bad, you're too late. Cross-examination has already ended after all. Eek. Interesting. I'll let you have your chance. But you're supposed to be on my side. Von Karma only cares about the point. As long as you have the will to fight, knock you down. I can't if you're my witness, so help me, I'll throw you out to my way. Way. Very well. But we'll take a 5-minute recess. Continue the cross-examination after we leave. Hey, wait a sec. Yeesh, we made it through the entire episode. No mistakes. No mistakes, and we didn't check the gap. I was so glad to. I thought I was going to lose points there. Because I was almost like confident I was going to lose the trial. When Von Karma snapped back and she was like, such a simple explanation. Dang. Did I really mess up? But yeah, like I was saying, like she's like in the photograph. On camera. If they had security cameras, they would have caught it all, but they don't have cameras, so just use the picture. All right. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed. I will be back after this Spirit Fair, so stay tuned for that. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Donations